Hi, it's Gary from Multrite. Today I'm going to have you come with me and we're going to take a look at repairing an electric dog fence. I've got a customer here in Dublin, Ohio, in beautiful Muirfield Village, where the Jack Nicklaus golf tournament's held every year. So we're going to take a look at one of the maintenance customers and try to repair a dog fence problem that they're having. So let's take a look at how we're going to do that. Most of the time these dog fence systems, they work on a radio wave. It's basically the wire is just an antenna. So first thing we're going to do is hook up my cheap transmitter, and we're going to try to find the break in the system. I've looked at this system once or twice before. It's one of those intermittent sporadic breaks, so sometimes it's not so easy to find that stuff. It's a good chance we're going to have to run a section of wire. Try to my series. You can look at part 1 that shows you how I located the break. Now we're actually going to fix this wire, and I'm going to show you how to go ahead and fix the wire. What we have here is an area where I found the broken parts. This is broken part number 1. And for some reason there was something, a tree removed or a sinkhole right there. And over through here we've marked the wire where we located it. Just use marking paint to do that. This is the last spot where I could find signal. So this is where I pulled the wire out. It easily, after I found this spot, came out of the ground, which told me it was a break. From common sense reasoning, obviously the wire is coming around this tree. Found it right there. It was broken, so it was probably broken there. I dug on this far side. In order to repair this break, first thing we have to do, there's 2 ways that you can fix these breaks. I should say 2 sort of sealing procedures. Either way, you have to connect some new wire to it. So first thing, identify the wire. In this situation, I see it looks like about a 12 gauge wire. 12 gauge wire, and as I look inside of it, it is solid core. A lot of times these are stranded wire. It has a coating so it can be buried outside on it. Since I do this frequently, I happen to have a spool of wire just like it. This is 12 gauge wire, and it's solid core with a UV coating on it. So that's the wire we're going to use to repair this with. Secondly, I have to get out the fittings that we're going to use to repair it with. So there's 2 ways you can do that. You can either use a fitting like this, and you can use a fitting like this, like you'll see in a lot of dog fence installations, or you can use a wire nut like this. Now these are special wire nuts because inside of these wire nuts there is a silicone sealant, so it keeps corrosion down and keeps the water out. Since I have to repair this dog fence in 2 spots, I'm going to actually use both of them to show you how to do that. First we'll use this connector, and I'll show you how to use these. You take your spool of wire. You want to make a clean cut on your spool of wire like this. On the broken piece, you want to come back and find out make sure there's no nicks or breaks farther back from the digging, and then of course make your cut on the wire. Then I'll just use a pair of basic wire stripper tools. You'll see the different gauges right here. I'll pick 12, and I just take off about, and these you can use more wire because the wire actually sticks in them like this. So I'm going to take off about 3/4 of an inch of the wire like this. I'm going to come around it a couple times, and then I'll just pull it off, and there we've stripped the casing on the outside of the wire. Do the same thing on this one here. I'll come around about 3/4 of wire. I'll go down to 14. Make a good cut back and forth and pull it off, and we've stripped the wire. Next thing we're going to want to do is put these 2 pieces of wire together, sort of twist them. Now with solid core wire it's a little tougher, so you might want to use some pliers. These are linesman pliers. They're flat so that you can grip the wire like this and twist it and make a good connection between the 2 wires. So basically you twist it like that. After you've twisted it about 4 times around, you have it finished. Hopefully you can see that well. Next thing you'll want to do is open this little clip up, and if you look inside here, you can see there is silicone or a sealant inside of there. With these connectors, all you have to do is basically stick this all the way down in the bottom of the tube, and then bend your wires so that they come out the sides like this, and clip this shut. And you'll see on the sides there's little holes for the wires to come out on both sides, and that's finished wire number 1. Next thing we're going to do is unravel our wire. Since it's a small area, I'm just going to do all this by hand, and I'm going to end up running this wire around the hole, I think. So I'm going to give myself some extra wire like that. I'm going to check this. I see there's some nicks back here, so I'm actually not going to repair it just right to the end of the wire, but yet instead I'm going to repair it all the way back here to this part of the wire where I see this last nick. So unspool it a little more. Now what we're going to want to do is cut it back here at the last spot, dispose of that part. The new spool, we're going to take it, make sure we have enough length to bend it like this, because it's going to have to be wrapped together. So we'll want to bend it like this, and then we're going to want to snip it off up here. After we get it snipped off, we're going to use the same thing. We're going to use about 3/4 of an inch of wire and pull it off. And then and then the one on the ground, we don't need that one. The one on the ground, we're going to do the same thing. Get down here, and I'm actually using the 14 gauge when it seems to cut it better. We're going to pull that off like so. Next thing we want to do is line them up like this. I want to try to get these even. So since that one's a little bit longer, I'm going to cut off just a pinch of this, just like that. And now they're even. That way I don't have parts sticking out of my wire nut. This is option number 2, silicone wire nut. Then I'm going to twist them a little bit. Now if you're using stranded wire, you can usually twist these with your fingers to get them started. If you're using stranded wire, you can usually just twist it with your fingers. And then the wire nut will do the rest. But with the solid wire, you're going to definitely need a little extra assistance probably. So a pair of pliers, regular pliers will work, or these linesman pliers work good. So there is silicone inside of this. So as you push this on, you just push it on there, and then you twist it. And you push and twist at the same time, and you will feel it getting tighter. You should feel it getting tighter. Inside this wire nut, up at the very top, there are metal threads, and those bite into the wire, and they twist the wire together and hold everything tight. You put it in like such until you get pretty snug like that. Now when we go to bury these wires, you want to bury them so that they're facing upwards like this. Even though the silicone's in there, to keep the condensation down, you don't want to force the water in. So I always try to bury them upwards like this. So now we've just used this. We've used a basic silicone wire nut. We followed the wire down. We've used a seal connector. Incidentally, inside of these, you can also put, I did not do that. If you're using stranded wire, you would want to use a very small plain wire nut inside of this casing before you put the wire in here. Since I'm using solid core wire, I did not do that because it's not likely to come apart. Stranded wire, you would want to use one of these and then put it in there. So now, basically, we're just going to go back and test the system to make sure it works. So we're heading back in. We've fixed the suspect areas of the dog fence. And we're going to hook it back up to the original system and see if our little fixes work there. So let's do it. All right, so here's the containment system. Comes off the wall right this spot. This one originally came out to the surge protector. We used our locator device to figure out where the break is. Now we're going to hook it back up to this and see what kind of luck we have. First thing we do is we take these two wires. It does not matter if it's left or right. It doesn't matter which one goes in which hole. Real basic system here. These two guys here are spring loaded. So you just simply have to open these up, put the wires in, put them fully in there, and the spring loaded parts will hold the wires in. After I get them in there, I always like to try to tug on it a little bit, make sure they're in there. It seems like they're making good contact and they're in there. So now we look out for these little lights. This one shows us power. This one here shows us the loop, power and loop. This is our boundary with control. I explain that later. Now all we have to do is put power in and cross our fingers. So now as we see, we have a power, we have a loop, there's no beeping. That means we are A-OK to go. Now in order to adjust this fence, I can show you the adjustments on the fence after I get it hung back up on the wall. But as for now, we're good to go. So I'm good with the wire. I'm going to unplug this and I'm going to go back outside and we're going to bury those areas of wire that we'd fixed. Okay, so we've got our line pretty well done. I'm going to show you a little trick on how I bury the wire. I mean, in a little area, you can tuck it in there. You know, you can lift it up, tuck it in there, and that'll work. However, I find that if you take an open-end wrench, when you bury these, you want to make sure that this is facing upwards most of the time. So then you can just push it down in there and lay it under the sod. Get the sod back. Now for this part of the wire, I just take the open end wrench part and I tuck it down in and I slide it as I go. So I just push it in, I get up a few feet like this, and then I tap the sod back down in. Run this wire pretty close to where I want it, like this. And I'm just going to tuck it down in as I go. I'm just using the wire like this, forking it through the open end wrench. It's easy to tuck it right down in the corner of your spaded trench. And a lot of times you can just take your wrench and slide it down there like that. Close to the edge here. Pull right down to the bottom. And once again, we'll face this sort of upwards. Put our sod back. Just like this. And then we're pretty much done with our repair on this guy. Now what I'm going to do is go back and sort of tap it down with my foot. Work our way around here. Always busy, always busy. So now we've got that done, and you almost can't tell where we've been.